Welcome to Bet the Farm Podcast, episode number 8. Today is a very special birthday we're celebrating on this farm. Good old Piggy Brandon Plotnick, 27 years old?
27.
Man, the kid's growing up right in front of my eyes. Actually gives me something to cheer about because I was pretty sad over the weekend after the Packers choked, but celebrating a birthday makes me forget a little bit faster, so can't wait to dive into your birthday. Guys, we have a great show for you today. We're going to recap the cash crops of last week. We have NBA picks as well with the milkman. We're going to dive into a little bit more now that football is fading away from us, which sad for you, but I need a break from NFL, so happy for that. We're going to go red card of the week, one of our favorite segments we do every week for you guys. We're going to break down the golf tournament this past weekend, the American Express. Suwoo Kim was your winner. We're going to dive into that one. We're probably going to have upset Piggy over there.
Week late, dollar short.
Week late. Per usual. One of our favorite tournaments of the week, actually sponsored by one of our members here, the Farmer.
Thank you.
We have the Farmers Insurance Open that we're going to dig into. As always, we want to try to throw in some new segments for you guys, so we have something cool for you guys to stick around. Like I mentioned, it is Brandon's birthday, so we're going to maybe do a little bit of roasting on him, give him some good memories of, his 27 years of life.
I like what you did there.
Yeah, we're going to roast him, but we're also going to give some good memories
Makes me hungry.
of our good old friend Dino. Like I said, football is fading away, so we're really going to dive into our miscellaneous bets to try to get you guys some winners now that football is away. We want to make sure that we're doing our part for you guys to make sure that you guys are still bringing in the money to your banks and breaking those bookies. Almost forgot. This episode is brought to you by Singer Health Center. If the bookie breaks your back, which he's been breaking my back, I have an appointment with Singer again for this is 2 weeks in a row that I'll be seeing the doctor. So my back feels great. So I'm ready to go. And as always, we posted on Instagram today. Ask the Farm. We did a little special birthday edition, so I'm curious to see what kind of questions we had
Got
there.
some decent questions in there.
Guys, I know we're starting a little bit late. You guys just celebrated your birthday dinner. You might have full bellies, but we got a lot of info to digest down here. So,
full of food, full of winners. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Break us down. Last week, how did we do?
Recap. It's sad to say, my first losing week since we started the podcast.
Oh, my God.
2 months in. 2 months in, my first losing week. It's tough for me when I've only got 2 slates to work with in the NFL's slate. I got crushed. So I was 1-4. My first teaser loss of the year: Bills plus 9.5 and Green Bay plus 3.5. Teased.
Was none of those teams covered.
That's what happens when you don't go through key numbers.
I got Bills solid, but Green Bay did not help me whatsoever. Bills over 25 team total, lost by a point. Always gotta love that. I had in the UFC a nice miscellaneous bet. Khalil Roundtree, in the under of 1.5. He did not do what I thought he was going to do. He actually ended up losing, but it did not go under, so that was a loser. Molinari over Russell Knox in golf matchups. Hit that one. Plus 125 was a nice hit. Molinari's back. Yeah. I told you. I called it. I said buy low, buy low, buy low.
I like what I saw from him. Absolutely. I tuned into that tournament.
And then Matt Wolf, I thought that this was going to be a good tournament for him over Sung J M plus 145. That was a loser. So I was 1-4 in the week. Still all time 15, 7 and 1. That's a 68% win percentage, and I can't complain with that. So
still can get you a seat at Caesar's Palace.
It sure can. Jared Plotnick 3-0.
I'm back.
3-0.
You never left.
That's when he lowers his volume a little bit.
You never left.
It's like he never left.
People were listening the first time ever in the show. I said, "There's one guy we gotta put our chips in front of him. It's the Farmer." And you know what? You're living up to your name. And
25-12 with volume.
Guess what? We had a lot of people tell us that we did a lot of arguing last week, and rightfully so. It's because me and Miles were on the hill dying on Green Bay and Buffalo, and that did not work for us. Jared was on the other side. He hit on Tampa plus 4. That was a winner. Kansas City minus 2.5, winner. And then sticking to one golf matchup, which is unlike him. And guess what? When you know. Abraham Answer over Kevin Na. Nice winner. So 3-0.
He's a fade of Kevin Na in that situation.
So 25-12 and 2. That's 68% as well. Guess what? Brothers, 68%.
Can we get a 2 more for Bet the Farm?
through 7 weeks. I love that. Meanwhile, Miles, 3-3 with the most volume he's played so far this year. He lost on Bill's money line. He took the same teaser as me. One time he tails my teaser.
He didn't have the right numbers either.
I should have known that he should have never. Yeah, and he didn't even know what the numbers were. It was terrible. He took the team total of 10.5 on the first half. What was that, on the Bills?
Yeah.
And that was a loser. Lakers, but then he gets to the NBA. Lakers beat the Bucks.
I like that
nicely. It was a nice 6-point win, I believe. Pelicans versus the Jazz. Jazz got their money, so that was a nice win by the Jazz over the Pelicans. Guys, what have we talked about? Anytime he takes the Pelicans
Hornets.
or the Hornets.
No touch.
Yeah, don't touch it. And Golden State over the Spurs, that was a nice cash as well. Hey, 2-0 in his women's college basketball bets.
Yeah, that's something we got to track.
Did you guys see Paige Buchers?
No,
Wait, what? Didn't you have them -8 and they won by 6?
That was the wrong line. It was -4.
Oh.
If anybody
Go to
would
the tape.
but if people would have tailed it, they would have had it. So.
Or maybe when you said it, it was 8, and the Sharps just pounded the other side.
It wasn't.
Like geniuses and got it down to 4.
It wasn't, and it was an
I
extreme.
don't know, because I think you talked about how I was going to fade you, so I faded you right away, and instantly the WNBA line just dropped 4 points. So that happens when you're sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, people see
Got that
it.
sharp money. So all time, that puts Miles at 15-8. That's a 65% win percentage. Gotta love it. Guess what? Just like the sheep always does, that's a losing week. 2-3 for Eric. He actually tailed the
terrible.
farmer on Kansas City -2.5.
I'm learning my lesson.
Unfortunately, he was biased as usual. Took Green Bay with the first half team total and the full game team total. Lost them both by, I think, 1.5
Yeah, it's not
at
good.
least. And Bills over 12.5 first half as well. That did not
good.
work. But Maction,
I was confident about that.
college basketball, took the over in the Buffalo game, and that was a nice winner. All time, as much as we give you shit, still only 12-14. That's a 46 win percentage. It's really not the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. We did not have a bet the farm last week. We could not agree upon anything. So that keeps us at 100% at 5-0-1 on the week, 9-10. And
Yeah, bet the farm picks are going to be very hard to come by now.
I know. All time, that still leaves us at 67, 41-2. That's a 62% win percentage.
So
if you're taking all of our bets,
we're doing our parts as a collective unit. You have the choice to, follow people. Like I've warned you, the farmers are hottest guy. Brandon has been solid. I warned you about myself, but if you're picking and choosing, or if you're playing every one of our picks, you should be profiting money, and that's all we can ask when we're giving you guys these picks.
If you win over 6 out of your 10 bets, I think you're doing well.
Absolutely.
So
Well,
that's our recap of the week. But guess what? We don't even have an NFL to preview this week.
thank God. Thank God.
That hurts.
Yeah, I'm still a little devastated over that Packers loss. I like the resiliency of our squad to come back hard, but just couldn't get the job done. That's the difference between Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady.
So what do you think about that LaFleur decision? 4th and 8 on the 8-yard line, down 8.
One possession.
2 minutes left.
Why do you do
Listen, not probably the smartest decision,
that? Shit.
but I'm not going to grade him on that one decision. I don't know if you watched the next drive.
I'm not furious.
I was hammered. So at the time, I wasn't even thinking about field goal unit. And when I saw the field goal unit come on, I don't think I realized what was going on until after they kicked the field goal. But one thing I was kind of impressed with, I don't know if you guys realized, after the 2-minute warning, it was 1st and 5. We had 3 timeouts.
And they got the offsides.
They got the offsides on purpose, which was a very genius move by him.
Yeah, that was.
Listen, back to the first 2 years of for his NFL coaching tenure, 13-3, 2 NFC championships. Listen, the team was the team was in the right position. We had 3 chances to go up. Rodgers is just, that's been the story of his career.
And again, I was hammered as well. But didn't Rodgers, when they were down 5, wasn't he near the end zone and tried to throw it out the middle when he had the whole right side of the end zone wide open?
And I heard in the post game he said something about, I thought I had another down. I mean, the 2 drives before that, listen, the game probably should have been over. Mike Evans doesn't fucking drop that ball off his fingertips. They go in, they probably have 3 scores again. But listen, we made it a game. How I feel, it's terrible, but I can only imagine how the players feel. But listen, all in all,
what about Aaron Rodgers' comments after about not knowing the uncertainty of his career?
He already cleared that up.
I did see that on the Pat McAfee show. He said he was really referring to his teammates. he expects to be back.
He was just making a shot at the front office or drafting someone in the first round that could have been
Should've.
helping him out on the field.
Rightfully so.
Correct. I mean, but still, I
If
look
I
at
would have him, I would have called out the damn GM straight up.
Yeah, I look at that team and I still don't like maybe a pass rusher away. I don't know. Another great receiver obviously is going to help us, but I still think we had all the right tools to win. The one person that's got to go, in my opinion, is Mike Pettin, defense coordinator. I mean, all these new coaches, new school. He's still just too old school. I think that's where you have to really dig in and look. There are some great wide receiver free agents coming up, so hopefully we can snag one of those just to show our appreciation for Rodgers. But
Well, real quick, where do we lean? Kansas City versus Tampa Bay. That is our Super Bowl of the year.
it's so hard to bet against Brady, but I mean, I just think Mahomes he just has it.
It's a home game for Tampa.
I don't care about that.
I'm on.
That even makes me more confident because the opening line thinks 3.5 right now for
it's 3.
Kansas City. It's just so hard to bet against them.
I
they
lean
have the
Kansas
better-
City.
Yeah, they have the better coach.
I'm not.
They have the better offensive unit. I would say Mahomes right now is probably a better quarterback than Tom Brady. I mean, for
Right now, that's no question.
Yeah, for grand's sakes, Tom Brady threw 3 picks in a row against the Packers defense. Like,
That's what's crazy. People are like, he's the GOAT. He had 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. It really was not that much of an impressive game from him.
Defense, baby.
Tampa's defense showed up. I didn't expect it, but they did.
just typical Green Bay. Like our offensive line looks like they're untouchable, and then Rodgers getting like stacked like a rag doll.
Because they played no one. This is what we discussed last week.
You're right.
They needed Bakhtiari.
They did.
Oh, by the way, just going through.
And didn't they have another O-lineman get hurt in the beginning of the game? I believe so.
Either way, who cares? You probably don't even know his name. But 7 picks after the Packers
Lindley?
took Jordan Love. Some guy named T. Higgins was drafted. You don't think they could have used him on the opposite?
I think that would have been nice. Justin Jefferson?
Pittman from the Colts.
A pick after that, Pittman. A few picks
Mims.
after that, Chase Claypool. All the guys that is rookies, and
It always happens like that.
So
Hopefully the
those could have been
offense
helped. But
Just hurts, man. Back-to-back years. I was away the last 2 years on the trips. If they're ever in the NFC Championship game, I'm staying home. I'm not going anywhere.
we can foreshadow to next
Poor
week's cash
Doodles.
crap. But
She probably had to deal with
Bucks,
so
Bucks,
much
Bucks.
Saturday.
Points.
Well,
I'll
guess-
save my analysis for next week.
Well, guess where we stand now? It's NBA season, I suppose.
Yeah, Miles.
Which is just so unpredictable with all this COVID bullshit and everything going on, which sucks.
Well, as a Heat fan, I know that front and first and
First
foremost, because I think Jimmy Butler's played in 3 games and like 15 so far. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, we
Is that
just
because of COVID or is
lost
he
by
hurt?
27
Yeah, he's been out with
against Denver.
Protocol.
Oh, it's because Jared took the Heat under.
Yeah.
You also took the Panthers under.
Yeah, I mean, come
We'll get
on. You
into
know the
that.
Panthers are going to collapse.
Wet win last night.
You know why they started 3-0 for the first time ever? Because
We'll
it's
talk
the
about
first,
the Panthers
It's
later.
the first time, though, the first 3 games where they didn't face the Lightning. Once they
That's
face the
true.
Lightning, it's done for.
They're probably gonna play them like 8 times in
Yeah,
the span of like a week.
exactly.
They're gonna tank.
But back to basketball.
Yeah, back to basketball.
I think we need to make Dino's props public because on Monday we went 10-2. I was telling him, I was in the office. I got a good track record with some of the guys. You gotta act like it's your bets, even if it's coming from us. Fake it till you make it. So they're asking my bets, and I'm a little nervous in the beginning. I don't want to send them all my picks, then we lose. It just makes me look like a scum. So Monday I sent them all 12 of them. It takes all 12 of them.
Well,
and
give some insight. You just started a new job how many weeks ago?
So I just started a new job with Jets.com. It was the end of December, so about a month now. And the corporate guys, this is a new office in Boca, and the corporate guys came down.
Shout
checked
out.
things out. And so you got some big dogs in the office who don't really know much about you. You gotta prove your worth. So luckily Dino came through, sent them the picks. They went 10-2 the next day. Gave me the leads, baby. And I love
How
it.
many leads did you
Speaking,
have?
and not only did they give me the leads, but I also the same day we bet on leads, and leads won. It was just a day full of leads.
Love leads.
Love it.
Hey, Brandon, you got a note from this? Even though it's your birthday, you've had a few drinks, now you're feeling good. Going forward, if you ask for picks, you're getting a cut, buddy. That's for 10,
damn
20. Like, as this guy's asking for these, hey, you want some leads, Miles? Give me the picks.
The best part is he's so organized with how he sends it in the note. He'll take a screenshot, and then the next morning I'll follow up with the green checks and the red X's for the ones you got
Can
right.
always
So
count
I
on
copy and paste, forward it to them, like, oh, this kid's a sharp. And I
Just for insight,
Don't
I
say it,
send
don't
out my NBA props every night to the team. It's new. The NBA is new. I've been very focused on NFL, but I'm back diving deep into NBA props because props is where I am profitable. Sent them the first night. I went ham. It was a huge slate. I think 10 games or 11 games on the slate, and I went 10-2 on my props. And not only that, but not only 10-2, but it was with my units factored in. It was 11 unit night. So big night.
I want to just correct that real quick. In typical Miles fashion, instead of going 10-2 when that's what I should have gone, I went 9-3 because instead of taking the under for Dort, I took the over because I don't know how to read.
Because I said the under.
It makes me fucking sick. Everybody's like, "Oh, we went 10-2." I'm looking. I'm like, "Well, my account doesn't reflect that." And I was like, "Oh, I obviously did something." I'm like going through. Jeez, it makes me sick. He had 7 points in the first half. I remember, or it was like the first quarter. I remember being like, "Let's go. This is cash." I already booked it. So when I saw it the next morning, when you
I think he finished with 7 points.
And he finished with 7 points. Didn't score again.
It's crazy.
Luke Kennard last night.
I handicapped that already.
It was definitely perfect.
Yeah, I went 1-1 last night. I told you guys it was a small slate. There's only 3 or 4 games. Those aren't, and not only that, but a lot of teams on back-to-backs, as well as a lot of teams with some teams had 3 of their main players out. I mean, those are just really hard to cap.
The back-to-backs are tough.
And they're not going to offer a lot of props when a team has 3 of their main guys out. That's just really hard to handicap.
So I got some breaking news for you guys. I have now picked up a third team that I'm going to completely pound the rest of the season.
Thank God. As long as it's not a ball team.
It's not, but
Well,
the Utah Jazz,
Oh, here we go.
they are unbelievable right now. They've covered every single game, and every single game I bet against them. I'm just done with it. They're already up 21 against Dallas right now.
Wow.
I don't know what's going on in Utah, but Donovan Mitchell's making a case for
And he had a tough start to the year, too.
This team is just
He's
messing.
making a case for
Gobert,
being overrated because they're up
Bogdanovich.
20 right now.
Ingles is back and healthy. I mean,
Ingles.
Ingles. All right.
Let's dive into it. What do you got?
Yeah.
We'll
Anything
start
this
off with
week?
cash crop. So tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night.
What? I'm sorry. Tomorrow night is
Thursday, the 28th, because today's my birthday, the 27th.
Hey, 27 on the 27th.
That's right.
That's your like, what do they call that?
I was talking to my grandma. I was like, how many times is this going to happen in my life? And it took her 2 seconds to say only once.
Grandma smart.
So I really like what John Wall is doing right now in Houston. He's just showing a lot of heart. They're playing Portland tomorrow in Houston.
We have a crossfire.
Let's go.
Houston minus 2.5. I'm gonna go 3 units on that.
Whoa!
And I'm not one to really put multiple units on things.
Is that because you heard him say crossfire, so you just bumped it up?
I was
Probably.
This kid just knows me so well. So it was at 2, and then when Eric just said that he's on it as a crossfire, I'm going to 3.
I love it.
And then we also.
I can't wait to hear these dueling handicaps.
No, okay, so, and I've also been all over Golden State this year, especially high on Curry. He's been playing extremely well. But you know what? I'm fading them tomorrow night in Phoenix, because what do I say? You always take Phoenix, even though we're giving points. 1.5, basically a pick 'em. I'm probably taking money line. I think they're going to win by 10, though.
I thought you were saying is you always take Phoenix when they're getting points.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. I'm taking this time.
Okay.
giving
That's risky,
points.
though, because both teams are actually in action tonight.
It's in
So
home.
you don't know. That's risky.
If Jay Crowder gets hurt, you're fucked.
Yeah.
I disagree. I really like what Phoenix is doing.
Well, good. I actually have an NBA pick
So those are
myself.
2. So that one is just for 1 unit. Unless you're on it, then it'll be 2.
No.
Okay.
I do like Portland plus 2.5. No handicap needed. I know Houston just played last
Especially
night.
at 4 units.
Houston played last night, had a nice win over Washington. I'm just going to simply just back Damian
Little
Lillard.
Russell Westbrook
Wow.
versus John Wall. That was
Damian
good.
Lillard and CJ McCollum.
God, that's where 4 units now. McCollum's been hurt and he's out, buddy.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Perfect. I love
I
you
thought you were
more.
going to say Yusef Nurkic, too.
Nurkic is out, too.
Cantor?
Yeah,
They
Cantor
got-
plays.
They got Carmelo.
Oh, 3 to the chin, baby. Let's go.
I don't even think of Carmelo anymore for that. I think
Portland
of
versus
LaMelo
who?
Ball when he does
Portland
that.
is playing his side over there. They're playing Houston.
Oh,
We're
that's
gonna need
think
to
you-
cut that up where
I'm
there's
a
3 to
rocket
shit.
man. Yeah, I want this. Ready? I'm a rocket
I
man.
don't think Houston's won back-to-back games all year, so I like where I'm
All
at.
right, it's fair.
Any other? There's a
Anything
small
else
card for
anything
NBA.
else on NBA?
That's all I have for tomorrow night.
Okay.
Cool.
But I would, if we can do that, let's make your picks for the props public.
I was going to say I've got no picks this week. I'm on not up. I am going to stay tuned for my props. I will start posting them. I wanted to make sure that I got off to a right foot. And guess what? Now I'm going to start feeding losers because that's how it works. Regression to the mean. Nah, I'm kidding. I'll be out there giving you guys 10-2, slates the rest of the year. Let's go.
All
Piggy
right.
props. They don't call them that for no reason.
Piggy props.
Yeah, stay tuned. We got to make sure we're active on Twitter and giving you guys all the insights. And
I'll put them on Instagram too. Come on.
Ooh,
Let's
double
go.
dandy.
Think
Alright.
I'm here to hide? Fuck that.
Carlos Hyde.
27 now. It's a new me.
Yeah.
From? Carlos Hyde from.
Carlos Hyde from. Fuck, I have no fucking clue.
Ohio State.
Ohio State.
Ohio State, thank you.
What high school did
He
he
started
go to?
27 off on an over, baby.
What high school did he go to?
You always ask me this, and I say I have no fucking.
West Coast of Florida. South Florida.
Tight.
All
Move
right,
on.
moving
Naples, baby.
All right.
Red card of the week, baby. It's time for red card of the week.
Wow.
That was a great intro.
See ya.
I have nothing.
I got one.
Wow.
This is an easy one. Has nothing to do with sports,
Neither do mine.
but it's all the companies that shorted GameStop this week and went bankrupt due to all the Reddit users out there. Red card to all you companies. Guess what? Not only are you ejected, you are out of business, bitches.
First
Stay
off,
tuned.
I'm just gonna interject because that one's gonna be my red card. And the one thing, it's not all these companies. It's just one main hedge fund that was worth $13 billion. And
I didn't know what it was called.
Due to shorting it so heavily, naked shorting, and had like 140% of the float short. So I just want to say a hedge fund that's supposed to be known for risk management. Congratulations, you get a red card for blowing up your whole hedge fund for one short that you had. One short. One short on one stock just ruined your $13 billion company. So red card of the week goes to you assholes.
Sounds pretty dumb.
You laughed when I said it. I thought you were laughing because you didn't think I knew what I was talking
Well, I
about.
also
But you
laughed because
laughed.
you said companies. It's just one big hedge fund.
I bet you there was some other penny stocks out there that got wrecked.
That makes no sense.
He's correct. I have no idea what I'm talking about when
farmer
it
has
comes to
gone
finances.
financial.
Yeah. Which leads me to our Farmer Financial Fridays coming soon to a
Alright, we can talk about
podcast
that.
near you.
Financial Fridays.
Financial Fridays.
Guess who won't be hosting? Me.
That'll probably be a solo.
That's
pod. You may have to follow me on Twitter first, get your feet wet, all right, before if you want to step into that dome. But if so, if we get some people that are interested. we can
All right,
make
red
it.
card. Matt LaFleur. What the fuck are you
Fuck
doing
you.
there? What are you doing
Well,
there?
all right, it's lucky it's your birthday. Double red cards.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
I've seen you give out 5 red cards in one episode. Are you kidding
I
me?
got 2 red cards. I'm gonna go like that, like you did last episode.
Matt LaFleur.
It's fair.
Throw the ball. Aaron Rodgers. Honestly, what did you expect? You're down 8. Guess what? You kick a field goal. The best thing that could happen is you give him the ball back.
Inside the 10-yard line.
You give a ball back to a really good team, and then you expect to get a stop and then drive all the way
no
down the field
sense.
and score another touchdown. It made no logical sense,
None.
statistically as well. Granted,
I have nothing to say.
yeah.
Man, hard to argue.
All right.
All right. So I have 2,
Whoa.
but one of
Oh,
them.
you just told me I couldn't give out 2.
One of them, you
That
know,
was me.
some of the fans might not know him. Some of our fans do know him, and I'm gonna preface this with, I had the greatest day of my life. He was an extremely great partner to have, especially because I couldn't hit a drive off the goddamn tee. But Ryan Loudis, we are up 3 strokes going into 17, and you fucking hit not 1 but 2 shots in the water.
What did you do, though?
Yeah, what'd you do then?
Okay,
Why is it his
Dino
fault?
duel.
This isn't about me. This is about Ryan. Okay. Ryan had a mulligan left. I did not. So I let
Hypocrite
him go
Miles.
second. He's gonna have 2 shots in a row. The
Whoa,
kid,
whoa, whoa,
the
whoa.
kid was on fire all day.
Oh, did you just say that he had a mulligan left on 18?
17.
Oh.
It was that par 3. It's a 140-yard par 3. Kid's been drilling them all day. Okay. First one goes in the water. After I hit in the water. Okay, I hit a bad shot.
Oh, there
Went
it
in
is.
the water.
Okay.
But he went second, so you get 2 shots, 140. First one in the water, second one, okay. Ryan, the water's on the right. If you can just hit it to the left and at least like put us in play, we can go up and down. We can
You
even
were up by
bogey.
3 shots?
We were up by 3 shots.
Wow. Choke. He always chokes at Davey.
Choke at Davey. That's a loud
Not as-
special.
not- your
And
first time,
literally
Ryan.
30 seconds before that tee shot, I believe him and this fucking pig over here, I think it was him that got in his head, was like, oh, remember the last time you choked at Davey?
Adam
Ah,
Petty
that
play.
is-
Said it right in his
And
ear,
I was
baby.
like, are you kidding me? Like, I'm about to win. And then we just blew up. We were 1 over before that. It was just a great day.
Just for
So,
some-
Ryan, this red card is...
Wow.
I love the fuck out of you, and I
Wow.
hope we do get redemption. And I had a great day because you're a great guy. Great energy. I wouldn't trade you
Enough
for
of the
the world.
accolades. Card him up.
But red card, Ryan Loudis.
I thought you had a
Let's
double.
also talk about how they went to the 18th hole after this. And just so everyone knows out there, we played a tournament for my birthday this weekend called the Dino Duel. 12-man scramble. We'd have 6 teams of 2. They were, like you mentioned, 3-stroke lead. Not only that, on the 18th hole,
Yeah.
you both went out of bounds again. So what the fuck are you saying?
It's all... Whatever.
What did you do?
I had the nicest chip in my life.
Shut up.
Presented by
I-
Tour
And
Legends.
you
I-
actually got a front row seat for that.
I was actually following the text, and I saw like the chip in.
Dude, it was the nicest chip
What
I've
hole?
ever had. It was on 5.
Yeah, it was sexy.
I was across the car path.
Guess
A
what?
little downhill to the
We'll
left.
talk about losers making chip-ins on the
so
fifth hole.
Hey, let me roast myself before you start, because I got a red card on myself.
Thank
go.
you. Finally.
Okay.
Should have started there.
So if you guys tuned in, what was it? Not last episode, but the episode before that. I spilled my heart. I gave my confessional. I had some things to say. I had a chance for redemption, boys, and I went back in the same pair of jeans that I came myself in.
What?
What?
Obviously, I washed them.
What?
I was like, wait.
So, regardless, okay? And I want to also say
Wait,
this.
first of all, you didn't say you came in your jeans. You said you came on yourself and you
I know.
wiped it all over yourself.
No, I wiped it with my jeans as I was turning over. I didn't have a shirt on. Okay, regardless. So I go over there. Literally, I actually found the place this time. It didn't take me 45 minutes knocking on 17 different doors. Probably because I didn't smoke before. But I should have. So I get in there. This girl just gets a brand new couch, right? And I'm sitting there. Literally 15 seconds into hanging out, and just whatever starts happening. Literally, probably she said 3 minutes when she was telling you guys, but I think it was less than that. And it's just when a girl's like, no, it's they're supposed to be saying yes. And so I will never be going over there again. Not because of that. It's just, just remember this, and you know who you are. Big Brother's always watching. I hear everything. So go fuck yourself.
Oh, jeez.
My red card is to myself.
Dude, also
No. Guess what? The irony is he said go fuck yourself, and honestly, she probably is saying please.
Yeah.
Honestly, though, altitude, though, she's a couple floors in the air. That could have probably
the altitude.
Yeah, exactly. So,
I appreciate that.
Next time, try maybe your car or something. I don't know.
All right, makes
I have
sense.
a girlfriend now, though. I'm off the market.
And I'm gay. All right, moving on.
Is it golf season, or is it golf
No
season?
red card for you?
I already gave mine. It was.
Oh, same one.
Yeah, no, I'm about to have a second
That's a
one.
yellow.
Yeah, I mean, that was the one I had to correct him with the hedge funds. Yeah, good job, hedge fund. Shout out. Golf season.
Is it golf season,
Speaking of golf
or
season.
is it golf season?
Is it
Because
double golf season?
that is all I care about at the moment.
American Express winner Sue Woo shaking that ass.
Woo, shaking that ass, shaking that ass, shaking that ass.
I'm so close to taking him. Makes me sick.
Well, as usual, I did have a pony this week. I took Abraham Answer, finished T5. How many top fives can I get? What did I say? What did Eric say when we first started the podcast? If you want to take any of Dino's bets, take a top five and you'll probably be profitable.
In this business, you can't complain about top fives. That means you're doing the right thing. You're getting guys up there in contention on Sunday. You keep doing that, you're going to have winners. So I would rather have that than not have it.
Yeah.
You're right. At the end of the day, American Express, Siwoo Kim walked away as a winner. It was a nice win. In the one and done standings, let's get straight to it. Jared Plotnick took. Abraham has got the answers. Abraham Answer finished T5. That puts Jared Plotnick at $448,375.
That's a lot of Bitcoin.
Wouldn't it be nice?
What place is that?
Is that first place?
Oh, that is well ahead of first place.
Thank
Really?
you.
Fuck you, Donald Trump and
You
Jim
had one
Herman.
good week, Eric.
Bye-bye. Eric had Ricky Fowler.
Hey.
Finished T21.
Showed some signs. Had a great second round.
You're sitting at 336,000. That's
Not
a
far behind.
good.
Wake up.
It's a good 112,000 behind. I mean,
It's early, all right.
It's one missed cut.
way early.
One
Miles with Jim Herman out of fucking nowhere.
I warned you all when he took that one.
I don't even know where that came from.
Gave her
So
President Trump. Yeah,
that's a miscut.
He's obviously busy. It's his first week out of office. He didn't have time for the man.
you should have thought about
But
that.
guess what? That's why it's one and done. Jim
Herman, you're
I'll
done.
See you later.
He's still not that far back. He's at $200,475. Do you know Scotty Scheffler's second miscut in a row, sitting at a flat for that's $0 for me. Guess what?
Maybe
It's
try
all
and
right. I'll give you guys winners. I don't need one and
Fade
done.
Dino, you got to answer the first week, and then you took him out.
Hey, I hit a winner. Guess what? I'm crushing you guys.
Plenty of time left.
Especially with the best part of the season coming up. We've got the Farmers Insurance Open at Torrey Pines.
We are farmers.
Bum, ba-da, bum, bum, bum. So guess what? You know that Ricky Fowler's going to be there to the face of the Farmers Insurance Open, but this is going to be a fun tournament. Finally got a nice field.
Always so good.
The only thing I don't love about Torrey, as usual, 2 courses, so it makes it a little bit tricky to cap. We got the Torrey Pines South course, which is a par 72 at almost 7,700 yards. What have we?
That's long as fuck.
I think the last few weeks we've been sitting at 7,000 yards, 7,200 yards.
Kind of course
This is a par 72. These greens are on Anna, as Jared. I like to say Poa, or Jared likes to say Poa. I like to say Poa Anna.
Yeah.
And this one does have shot link. We also have the Torrey Pines North Course, par 72 at 7,200.
Which one's the main one with the little trees?
So,
South Course. That's where I play the weekend.
So just to give you an idea, they play the North Course and South Course the first 2 days each. They swap. And then after that, so that's Thursday, Friday. Then Saturday and Sunday, they only play the South Course. The South Course is notoriously much harder. North Course is much easier. It's not as tree lined. It's a little bit more coastal. It's wide open. They've got a lot more room to hit these small greens they're very small greens.
And notoriously harder. This is where your U.S. Open will be played this year.
Really?
Yep. We're back at Torrey. We're
all on the South Course.
Yeah. That's why Brooks is only playing this week, because he's like, I just want to see it.
So this
Not
is
on my card.
just to give a little cap of the entire course as a whole. I mean, I'm mainly going to cap Torrey Pines South because they'll play there 3 out of the 4 days if they make the cut. This is a Bombers course. And guess what? Like we talked about, these greens are really small. So short game is going to be humongous because of these tiny greens. In my personal custom model, so I run custom models every week when I'm doing my research, and because I'm really into DFS, we don't talk about that so much on this. We'll talk more about the winners. But when I ran my custom model, I really dove deep into driving distance around the greens, strokes gained around the greens, strokes gained ball striking. Just for those out there, that's a combination of both strokes gained off the tee and strokes gained approach. Opportunities gained, which what that means is...
That's a new one.
Yeah, opportunities gained means that you're giving yourself 15 feet to the hole on a birdie opportunity. That could mean both on the green or off the fringe. So opportunities gained, just giving yourself birdie opportunities. And then 450 to 500 yard par 4s, because it's a long course. That's where the money's going to be made, is on those long par 4s. And then same, it goes hand in hand. Even if you could hit the ball far off the tee, approaches are going to be long. Sometimes with these tree line courses, you're not going to be able to hit driver as far as you can. So approaches from 175 to 200 plus are going to be huge here. And then they're both par 72, so par 5s are going to be massive because there's 4 par 5s on each course. So that's the way I ran my model.
This course is set up perfectly for one of our Aussies.
It's also set up. It is indeed, and he's competed really well here, but
yes, he has.
I'm going to go ahead and give my first winner of the week.
Here we go.
Let's go, baby. Hit it.
A guy that I do not like to back often.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
But I love him this week. Love him this week. Hideki Matsuyama.
Oh, my God.
I'm taking Hideki Matsuyama at 25-1. He's played here the last 4 years. He has 2 top 12 finishes, including a third finish, and he hasn't finished worse than T45 in those 4 years. His ball striking is fantastic. We just know that. We know his ball striking is amazing. He just can't putt. However, like I mentioned, 3 out of the 4 times that he plays, if he makes the cut, he's going to be putting on Anna, which is where he'll be playing 3 of the 4 rounds, and that's where he putts the best. As I talk about very often, his win equity is high. He's won 4 different times on the PGA Tour. So I think and he's only 28 years old. So 4 wins at age 28, that's pretty solid.
And he hasn't won in 4 years.
Correct. He hasn't won in 4 years, but he still has equity. And at 25-1, what does that tell you? A guy who hasn't won in 4 years, Vegas is telling you they know something. So 25-1, the number speaks volumes. I'm on Hideki Matsuyama as my favorite play of the week, not only on the betting market, but in DFS as well. And I'll just go ahead and say it right now. That's my one and done pick of the week.
Wow.
Hideki Matsuyama.
Say that earlier. It's funny because first pick I was between 2 guys, and it was Hideki and Patrick Reed, and for opposite reasons. And it's Dino's birthday, so you just made my last choice for me. I had my 3 other outrights locked in, and I'm going Hideki. And to echo everything you just said, and I haven't bet him for a while. Everyone that knows me, especially Eric,
Yep.
I love Hideki for years and years, but the guy just got me just too fed up. He's one of the worst putters I've ever seen, and he's so frustrating because he misses 6-footer after 6-footer after 6-footer, right there with Adam Scott, kind of.
But when he's locked in.
But when he's locked in, and the other, echo all your sentiments about his putting, and the one other thing 2 of the 3 best putting rounds of his career have been at this course. at the Farmers. And like I said, we are farmers, and I'm the damn farmer. So you better be looking out for my picks this year, because just like last year, Mark Leishman, where I hit on that one, I don't lose at the Farmers. This is my damn tournament. So you know what? Give me Hideki, 25-1, my first as well.
Not only that, I said that that this is a really big course to be good around the greens. In my model, in the last 50 rounds, he ranked third off around the greens. So
just get that putter going.
That's what's crazy though. Around the greens factors in putting a little bit. He just chips himself to really good spots. So
well, it factors in putting if you chip it to 1 foot.
But can he get Can he get tee to green and make putts? That's the difference.
Well, I actually got a cash crop in this golf tournament. I got a top 10 bet. You're probably gonna laugh at this golfer, but he had notoriously. I'm sure you could pull the numbers for this golfer. Loves this golf course.
Ricky Fowler?
J.B. Holmes.
Yeah, I love that.
J.B. Holmes.
That's a DraftKings special right there for anyone out there.
First of all, he's 100-1 to win the whole tournament. I've also sprinkled a little bit on that. But you're getting 12 to
Inventory Pines.
You're getting 12-1 for him to finish top 10.
What does he dominate on? Poa, Brandon.
Great driver of the golf ball. Low flight, hits his 3-woods good. One thing he does struggle with is putting, but when he gets that putter hot.
Poa.
And then every year I watch the Farmers, I think of him and Brett Snedeker. Those are the two guys that come to my mind.
Yeah, two random golfers.
He absolutely dominates POA. I'm looking up the stats right now. The only thing that concerns me about him is after the COVID, when they had the restart, he only played 3 times last year. Okay. He hasn't played since October.
He was resting up for Torrey Pines. I like it, Eric.
Yeah. I just can never get the Open in 2019 out of my mind.
Yeah, it happens.
When he just collapsed on Sunday, he was in third place, finished like T50, something crazy like that.
I took Brooks against him head-to-head, and Brooks shot like +9 and won by like 5 shots.
Yeah, it was wild. I just can't get that out of my head, but I mean, at those odds, I can understand. He does really, in the corollary courses as well, has really, been good at these type of courses.
Is this just a cash crop, or is this one of your outrights?
Well, I did sprinkle him for an outright, 100-1. I mean, you can't fucking pass that up. That's crazy. But a cash crop for sure is the top 10.
One of the corollary courses is Riviera. And
he loves Riviera.
He won Riviera in 2019.
To me,
I don't know. It's like this is like him and Snedeker during this time, this swing, when it's on these courses. I feel like they're always playing their best golf. The rest of the year you can forget about him, but if there's one time you're going to see him,
it's fair.
What's the cash crop
for him to finish top 10?
Oh, top 10.
And it's 12. You're getting 12-1 payout. So.
Making that a cash crop, okay?
Yeah, I'm very confident. Like his top 10, I mean, he'll shoot -12.
Okay. I will take my second bet here. I'm going with the Aussie. We talked about Aussies.
Which one?
And one last year. One of them won last year, but I'm going with a different one. At 55-1 odds, Eric's boy, Cam Smith.
Wow, the fourth one, not the one I was looking.
Yeah, this is not the one you were thinking about, but this guy is a short game wizard, which is going to be huge here, and that could keep him alive. We all know he's so good around the greens. He's got decent course history, and he's a phenomenal POA putter. Another guy with win equity and great form carrying over from the Masters, where he finished top 5. I like where he's at in his game. He's played a lot. This is one of the things that a lot of the sharps are on this week is having some momentum coming into this week, and he's played a lot in the last few weeks. So Cam Smith at 55-1, I don't think many people are going to be on him, and I think that number, because there's not that many studs, I think there's 5 to 7 studs, but getting him at 55-1, I really like those odds. So I'm like,
I see what you did there.
I do like that because, like you were mentioning about the course, it is like tree lining tough, and one thing I can remember from him from the Masters is he was getting out of trouble left and right. So it's
easier to do there than it is to do at a course like the Farmers. When you're in the rough, there's no rough at the Masters. There's rough at the Farmers. If you're spraying off the tee like he does, you're just going to have to hope for a good driving week out of him. But when he's pushing the ball in the rough all the time, it's going to be tough. You're going to have to rely getting up and down a lot, and it'll be tough to do. But
I still like the way he
No, it's fair.
Still like mentally strong. Like he's a player where if he does miss the fairways, because it's a golf tournament, you're gonna be put in those situations. Some people could blow up, get big numbers. I think he'll be able to maintain and ride the course.
So I'm gonna go with someone that I think someone at the table will like, maybe one of them, and I'm gonna go with them at 40-1. We're sticking with Aussies, and I'm gonna go with good old
Jason Day.
Another guy who loves this course, probably the best around the green player you'll see, and when his putter's on especially, which he was struggling with last year, but he got a little hot towards the end of the year, got the putter going. I think he has good momentum. We're going to get him a little undervalued, I think, to start the year. And the reason I want to start with those two is those are my two up-and-comers I thought for this year that were really going to outperform what people are expecting for them, which were Hideki, Jason Day. And Jason Day's won here twice. Great around the green. And I love taking Jason Day at the beginning of the year when he's rested, so you don't have to worry about that back giving out on him or him withdrawing right away. We got a healthy Jason Day coming in.
Been with his family.
Yeah.
You know, he's a family guy, so he's putting the hours with them. That I can be free.
Exactly.
It may not sound obvious, but he had a great
Good
season last year. He had a really big stretch from the workday all the way to the PGA Championship where he went 7-4, 6-4.
Yep. Just to get the W. So
That
people aren't thinking
PGA,
about
remember
that.
we had him. We were watching at your house. That was big. But
That guy can just fire out W's when he gets hot with the putter. So
yeah, I mean, there's always concern with his back that he could withdraw. But like he said, when he's got a bunch
if we get Jason Day a top 10 here and he doesn't win at the Riviera in 2 weeks, he's going to be 20-1.
you're right.
On a loaded field.
He's a guy you want too if you're talking about long iron shots in, like one of the best iron players on tour.
Yep.
Give me him.
Yeah.
Great poa putter too.
I'm actually I'm
that's a
gonna
great
tail
point.
that
That's
one.
Literally what
He's part of my.
Not only that, but if you look at average strokes gained on difficult courses, which last year this course played difficult, but before that it hasn't always played so hard. But maybe they did that with the faster greens. He crushes difficult courses in his career, or at least in the last 50 starts of his, or rounds, I should say. He's gained over 1.3 strokes on difficult courses. So you gotta like that.
Yeah, I'm actually tailing that one. I have him on my card, and the last one I'm going with again. Probably gonna ride him all year is Ricky Fowler. I just think
That's one of mine.
You're getting good odds again. You're getting 50-1. I mean, you're gonna get those numbers throughout the tournament. He didn't win last year. Kind of like Jordan Spieth. I'm sure you'll touch on him, but those are two guys that you just expect them to get back into better form. It's a Ryder Cup season, so those two guys are gonna really be shooting to get to the top so they can get a spot on the team. So.
Isn't he the same sponsorship too? Yes.
Well, he's a farmer sponsor, yeah.
When I ran my model, he
I don't know, but
he came up
I
everywhere.
didn't know if that had
Those
any
guys
relation to it.
was like you rarely see unless it's like
He just really doesn't have great course history. He hasn't been very well here, but
he doesn't play them. He doesn't play them, or
I mean,
does he
he's
always play?
sponsored, but he was number 11 in my model. Particularly, he's really good with his long iron, so his proximity from 200 plus. He was number 13 in my model in the field, 12 from 175 to 200. So I really was encouraged by that. My thing that concerned me, he's notoriously great around the greens. He just hasn't been lately, but that's one of those things that can come and go.
One thing, if you look at his scorecards last week, a lot of birdies. Obviously the bogeys came in, but like I feel like that's a little more controllable. You always want to see a guy that's getting a lot of birdies.
Yeah,
that's gonna help.
I got you. Well, my third bet of the week is Dylan Fratelli for Television at 100-1.
Wow.
Yeah, he's gained 20 yards on his drive from 2019 to 2020. Like I mentioned, this is a big Bombers course. So if he can dial that in, it'll do wonders for him on this course. His average drive is 312 yards. That's elite, honestly. And it was 292 or something, 290 something before that. So I really like that. He's won on tour before, the John Deere Classic in 2019, so he can get it done when it matters. I know that field wasn't that spectacular, but on a course that potentially could come down to not the lowest or highest scores, however you want to look at it. When I say lowest scores, like it could be minus 20 or so. It may not be that high. I think when it comes to grinding it out, he could be there. And he's just another guy that can get his way around sticky situations around the green. He's averaged 1.5 strokes per round around the greens in his last 5 tourneys. And then my last guy, just to make it quick, HV3 at 150-1. Yeah, it's a long shot. I don't put a lot on these long shots.
It's worth $10. Get
yeah,
what, $1,500?
Yeah, so he's a long shot. His game really fits on this course. He's had really bad success here, just like Xander Schauffele, which is a guy which is crazy. He's missed 4. Yeah, Xander's missed 4 of his 5 cuts played here, but just like him, HV3's missed the last 4 cuts here, but fuck it. At 150-1, he's popping in my custom model as a guy who fits the course really well. Number 8 in my model in the last 50 in total.
I want to see this
Strokes gained. Number 2 in proximity from the field and 200-plus yard approaches. And number 3 in opportunities gained. So, I mean, he's a guy who typically goes low in a single round, maybe 2 rounds, and then chokes.
He's always going to have one where he's going
If he can
low.
just put it all together, he's a really bad putter. He's not that great around the greens, but let's just see if something can happen at 150-1. I'll take the flyer. Now, the last thing I'll mention in terms of bets that I'm taking this week, I really, really love Tony Finau. I know his win equity sucks,
man.
but I love Xander. Even though he's missed 4 of his last 5 cuts at this event, He
more
lives 20
focused.
minutes down the road. He has said in interviews that he loves the course. He doesn't know why he doesn't play that well here. So I'll be looking at those two guys live for sure. Definitely keep an eye out for them live after the first round or even mid-first round. The other thing to notice or to talk about is if you see a guy playing the North Course and another guy playing the South Course, and the South Course guy, his odds drop tremendously. Take that live because the North Course the next day they play is so much easier, where they could go a lot lower the next day, and you'll get much better odds on that value the next day. So those are the things to think about when you're betting live, which is something that I always eye.
That's my wolf noise.
Where is Matt Wolf? Where is
30-1,
Matt
baby.
Wolf?
Give me Matt Wolf. Another one where I love a little buy low situation. Everyone was all on him last week, and he was terrible. Missed the cut. He would be 20-1 if he was in somewhat of a competition last week. Not really that much of a handicap. The guy bombs the ball off the tee. When he gets hot with his irons, you can see this guy on 5-6 birdie streaks in a row. So him is around the green game's good. He's a Cali kid.
Yeah,
this is a tournament for him. There's not really a lot more I have to say other than that. I mean, the guy fits the mold. This is the kind of course he can compete at, and I get the value on him because he didn't really come to play last week. If this was 20-1, I probably wouldn't be on him. I'm getting him at 30-1 now because of it. Lock me in. And
Yeah, I was close. Like, what you talk about, like the value, like Brooks Koepka 25-1, like
just
one good tournament away from being back to like the 15-1.
Oh,
So
for sure.
these are probably the best odds.
I was close with Brooks too, but like when I heard his comment, he's like, he's just here to see the course because it's where the U.S. Open is. And no, I mean, Brooks showed me nothing last week. You know, Brooks is. He doesn't care about these tournaments.
I don't know. Maybe he's
geared up.
trying to like put the pressure off of him. He missed a cut last week, so maybe that mindset from him will get him into maybe a nice first round leader bet would be nice.
I mean,
because he's all or nothing. Like
yeah.
if he's not there at he's not a come from behind guy. He usually sets the pace early, and you know you're going to see him all weekend. So if I were to do anything, I would go first round Koepka.
It's fair. Yeah, I mean, everything else. I mean, Wolf just fits this bill better for me, and so I'm going Wolf at 30. And then last but not least, my one little flyer, 75-1. Give me Frenchie Molinari, just piggybacking off the brother from earlier. But again, he was in my DraftKings lineup last week. That gave me a scare for $200K, and I just loved what I saw out of him. Right? I mean, when you have this guy last year, when he's awful, and now and the year before he's the hottest player on tour and winning a major, almost winning a Masters, and getting at 75-1 in this field. When in reality, when he's on, he's a top 10 player in this field.
Another
and
guy.
what I like to see out of him last week, though, he gained over 3 strokes with his irons.
Yep,
and
3 strokes approached.
When this guy is on, he is the hottest iron player in the world. So what I want to see, I mean, he doesn't fit the bill of this course. He's not a bomber whatsoever. But you get him in the short grass, and he's out of this rough, and he's literally a top 3 long iron player on the PGA Tour. So I get his irons crisp, have him there, and when his putter gets on, he's hot. I get him 75-1 when this guy is normally a lot higher odds. Give me him.
More win equity.
Another guy with Ryder Cup, on Ryder Cup season. It was a big factor.
Great point. The Europeans have a lot to prove this year trying to make a Ryder Cup team. Yeah. And a lot of the Americans do too. So that's why
it's going to be a fun season.
I love that. He gained 4 strokes tee to green last week. Gotta love the momentum he's coming in with. In the last 3 tournaments, he's gone 15th. He missed the cut at the Masters, then went 8th at American Express. He's coming in with some momentum. I told you, buy low on Molinari.
Talent.
I think he's... I don't know how much win equity he has this week, but like you mentioned, he's so good on his approaches, especially long-distance approaches. And what I didn't mention earlier was, this tournament, Torrey Pines, is going to be a major this year, but the grass is not long. The rough is not long in this tournament. They're going to grow it way out when the U.S. Open comes around. But right now, this is short rough. They're going to be able to get... That's why bombers are so important this week, because you can bomb it all the way down there and be in the rough, and you're still in a good spot.
Yeah, but and the greens are so small, you're going to miss the green. You can look at it from a multitude of different ways, right? You want a guy, Chris Irons, that are hitting every green, even if they're small, and giving themselves birdie looks at all the time. So my point is, if this is 50-1, I'm not taking it. For example, everyone's loving Woodland this week because he looked good last week, and he's 50-1. I don't see Woodland having a 1.5% better chance of winning this tournament than Molinari. I'm just playing the odds. If these lines were separate, and I got Woodland at 75-1, and Molinari's at 50, I'm probably on Woodland. That's just value. That's the way I'm betting.
You're probably one tournament away. If Molinari has another good outing, you're not seeing 75 the rest of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. Well,
I don't get that Woodland line whatsoever. He played decent last week, but
I know because he said he's healthy and he's Woodland, but Woodland, he's only won like 3 tournaments in his career. He
was
was
also
happened to be a major when he was red hot.
And he was a notorious choker before that major.
A lot of people are loving him. He's gonna be chalk too in DFS. I'm not touching him.
Yeah.
So you had your one and done pick.
One and done. I'm going Hideki Matsuyama.
Miles, one and done.
Ricky Fowler.
Hey.
And your reasoning?
Because same sponsorship.
There you. He sponsors your favorite man, the farmer.
But you want to know the real reason?
Yeah.
So on 17, like I talked about earlier, on 17, the ball that Ryan was using was a Ricky Fowler ball with all those things on them.
So you
It's
think
sure.
And
Redemption.
we literally looked for 30 minutes through all the shit. I could have got scabies. And we did not find it.
We found so many nice balls, but none of them were the Ricky Fowler tailor-made ball.
I told you I was going to have
Redemption.
an absurd reasoning for everything. Donald Trump didn't come through last week, so hopefully Ryan
Also-
last ball does
At
this
least you
week.
got something.
Real quick, John Rahm is the outright favorite with Rory, I believe, this week.
That's where he won his first.
If you
tournament.
can get Rahm live, he was everywhere in my model. He has dominated this course. He's won this at this place before.
First win ever.
If you can find him live at over 12, attack.
I don't know if you get hurt in the gym and have to
That
withdraw
was
from the
an
tournament.
excuse.
And when you're 25, you're scaring me at 6-1. But regardless, I see what you're saying. I'm gonna go with Matty Wolf. One and done.
And I'm gonna take the flyer. I'm gonna go JB Holmes. All in on JB this week.
I was between
What?
Wolf and Jason Day. I was leaving Jason
In a
Day.
one
to
and
you, so
done?
you're gonna take
You
it.
know, Jason Day is a Masters guy for me. Stay out of my way, Jason Day Masters.
Unreal.
All right, boys. Well, it's time for the new segment that we talked about. Let me see if I got this name right. Pin the pig or pig the tail or
Tail on the pig.
pig the fucking piglet, whatever it is.
Piglet.
It's time for the Dino birthday. We're gonna talk about some good moments for the birthday boy. I've known Brandon. I mean, he's my next door neighbor for about 10, 15 years. We've gotten to know each other very well. We both have actually older brothers that used to abuse us when we were younger. So we came up with the younger brothers are always on the porch. That's where we hang out. It's like our safe zone. So we're actually called the Porch Brothers. It's stuck with us. You've grown up right in front of my eyes. You're a nice 27-year-old man. I'm proud of you,
Stop
kid.
choking up.
Yeah,
choking up.
Jeez.
Hey, porch for life, kid.
Porch for life. And my bachelor party, skip.
Skid.
But yeah, happy birthday, kid. To many more healthy years.
Appreciate you, bro.
I mean, I don't have like an insane story.
Yeah, 'cause you're a dick, but come on.
So obviously Austin, my little brother, was closer in age to Brandon. So I've known Brandon probably for 15 years. Probably more than that, 16, 17 years. I used to go over there and hang out with Jared. And him and Tejeda used to be hanging out in his room. I still remember you had the Alex Rodriguez baseball card covering the hole in the wall.
Because Jared shoved my head in the wall.
You took my story, asshole.
So yeah, sometimes, you are my ice cream buddy at night. You get late night Wendy's, and I'm very appreciative over that. Because your brother rather consumes calories with beer. I rather enjoy my calories. I'm glad you do too.
Oh yeah.
I like
love you,
beers
kid.
and ice cream.
And I hope that we also developed a handshake over the weekend. So on the spot with no practice, we're gonna see if we can make this work.
There's
I hope I
no way
remember.
he's gonna remember this.
I already fucked
Dude, the
up.
second one. Like,
We'll try that
Look
again
at
next
Lily.
time.
She's like, who's that?
Happy birthday, kid.
Love you, kid.
And the moment we've been waiting
Oh,
for,
man.
the brother.
Well, what time do we have left? I can go for 40 minutes here. Oh. Honestly, I just had one now that you just reminded me of, and it made me want. But the one I had originally was always me whooping his ass, whooping his ass, whooping his ass. And then there's one time where we're hanging out in my dad's room, and I went to scare him, whoop his ass, and he just those drawers that would hold TVs back in the day that came out
Yeah.
like this, and they were just long drawers, and he went to run away, and his head just boom hit the thing, and fell flat on his ass, and just immediately starts bawling. I'm like, oh fuck, here it comes. It's my dad. And no, my dad, you didn't have to do that because you normally did that screech when it was my fault, but it wasn't my fault. So he starts running, and he's like, Jared, because he knew right away. It was just a daily occurrence in the household. And I was petrified. I was like, I swear it wasn't me. And he's like, Brandon, was it him? And he's like, as he's crying, he's like, no. I was like, it's the nicest thing my brother's ever done for me. It's been 25 years. He's never done anything nicer. So I guess that's my way of complimenting and insulting you at the same time. But yeah, head through the wall.
I mean, there's no tougher kid than Brandon. I mean, I was sleeping over your house. I've seen this kid pin you up against the door, head against the door like it was like a real wrestling match. and you would just take it like a champ, not cry.
What do you
Like
think he's grown into the man he is today?
knowing your role.
27-year-old. I did my job.
I mean-
my dad didn't have the balls to do it because he could have got arrested, but brothers, they're off limits, all right?
I mean,
He kick his ass.
you must have had 5 concussions in your lifetime, if I had to guess. But look at the man you turned into today. You know, you're tougher than all of us. So.
I mean, I can't think about anything else other than gambling, so it makes sense that my head is fucked up. But
It's picking winners.
Yeah. And it's
Well,
farmers
I
insurance.
appreciate it, guys. Though it's been 27 nice, good, long years, but I'm looking forward to the next 27. All right.
And we
Yeah,
pinned the
for-
tail on the pedal pig. Is that the
For those
second
of
name,
you,
right?
and for those of you listening that are local listeners, we will be having a big party at the Hard Rock this weekend.
Yeah.
So if you're a fan of the podcast, you want a couple autographs, we'll be there.
Rash them.
Rash 'em. All right.
No
Well,
pictures though.
no pictures. Well, boys, getting down to our miscellaneous bets. No NFL, no basketball.
I have so many fucking bets right now. It's not even funny.
For miscellaneous?
I always leave my golf matchups for miscellaneous.
That's right.
And I am not doing anything other than golf probably for the next few months until something really catches my eye. So I'm going to start it off. I'll try to run through them quick, and I'll do a few and rattle off and then go to someone else. But first off, I love Hideki this week. Give me Hideki over Hovland in a matchup on the PGA Tour this week. Jared, why do I want to fade Hovland this week?
Yes, he sucks around the green.
He is the worst short game player. He's atrocious around the greens with small greens, and he's not even that long off the tee. He's going to have long irons in. Not a recipe for success here when he can't get up and down. So give me Hideki over Hovland. And guess what? I'm going to double down. Give me Patrick Reed over Hovland also. I'm fading Hovland. Like I said,
Scary.
Reed has great course history here, and he's got a perfect game for this course. It was really popping in my models. I just couldn't fit him in, but give me Reed and Hideki over Hovland in matchups. And I'll give one more, and then you can come back to me because I got 6 matchups, baby. I'm fucking back.
Jesus.
I'm taking...
These are all cash crops, right?
Yeah. Give me the Gim Reaper over Sepp Straka. Doug Gim. I think his name's Doug. I don't even fucking know.
UFC for a second.
Give me Doug Gim. He's popping all over my models also. He's got a really great game for this. He's nice off the tee. He's great tee to green, and his short game is solid. He finished really nice last week with a top 10 finish, I should say. Sepp Straka, for anyone out there, the casual fan, this guy is the king of the big number. He could either go really low or he's going to shoot an 8 on a random hole and just lose himself out of the tournament. Give me someone against that at over -115, Doug Gim, who's been really trending in the right direction. So I'll take Doug Gim. That's my third cash crop. I got 3 more, but I'm ready to pass it off and get back to me, baby.
Miles?
Going back to the hardwood, but we're not going back to any kind of hardwood.
Yeah, I know where we're going.
We're going to the one where tampons are used. We're going to women's college basketball. I'm going with the Maryland Terrapins.
Ooh.
Over.
Home of Todd J.
That was my handicap. Over Rutgers.
Wow.
-7.
It's a
And my
sharp
reason
handicap.
is my dad, the sponsor of this podcast. If you break your back because of the bookies, or if the bookies break your back, I should say, Dr. Todd J. Singer will take care of it for you.
Or you could tail his team, Maryland Terps.
What was it, back in the 70s, I think it was. My dad was a legend. He was a University of Maryland cheerleader. And he tells me back then it was cool.
The coolest job in the world.
Do I believe him? I mean, maybe it was the 70s. Who knew?
He was around a bunch of chicks. I mean,
Yeah.
give him that more than
Yeah.
you could say.
Yeah, exactly. I wish he would have married a woman who was taller than 4'11". Maybe I would have.
Shots fired.
But I love you, Mom. So yeah, that's the sole reason why I'm riding with the Maryland Terrapins on the women's college basketball floor, and I
Sharp,
suggest you tail me.
That is a sharp pick. I'm actually with you this week.
Let's
I
go.
faded you last week. I'm with you again. Is that it?
That's it.
All right. So I'll rattle off my picks quickly. I got 6 as well, but I already given the handicaps of most of them because they're pretty much all my outright picks. Day over Corey Connors. Corey Connors, worst short game in the world. Let me fade him all day long. Wolf over Adam Scott. Same handicap. You're going to notice the theme here. Fade the guy that can't chip. Corey McIlroy over Xander Schauffele. Schauffele just chokes, shakes in his
probably
boots.
some good odds on that one, right?
Which one?
The Xander or the over Xander.
Rory is -120, but it's Rory. Rory McIlroy. He's like
He's so fucking
top
good.
2 golfer in the world.
Yeah.
Last 2 years he played here T3 and T5.
Yeah, so he's -120. Wolf was +105. Dave was -140. Give me Molinari +145. Nice juicy one against Corey Davis. Corey Davis is the guy that's... I always call him Corey Davis. Is it Cameron Davis?
Cameron Davis.
Yeah, I'm thinking of the football player. The whole point is I don't know his name. Everyone just loves him because he pops in models. Eat shit. Molinari's better. +145. Matsuyama +130 over Finau. Again, another guy. Finau shaking in his boots, playing his home course. And so pretty much those are my 5 golf picks. I had to give them because last week I only gave 1 because I was kind of nervous. And, of course, my 5 picks went 5-0. So let's do it again. Let's go 5-0 on my 72-hole matchups. And my one little miscellaneous pick outside of the golf course were the Farmers Insurance Open that I own. All right, I own it. Tottenham Hotspurs +0.5 over Liverpool. Revenge. Again, we're recording on a Wednesday night. This is tomorrow.
Baby.
This is Thursday. This is 3 o'clock prime time. 1 game in the EPL, and this is a must-win after Man U's epic choke today. They let up 3 points to the worst team of the table. They got Zippo, and Tottenham needs to come out, send a message to Liverpool who they blew it. Last time we were recording a podcast about 3 weeks ago when they played in the EPL. They gave up that late goal, and Liverpool has been ice cold ever since.
Yeah,
Spurs come out, Son gets a brace, Harry Kane scores.
We're going to get their
3-1
best game.
final.
They lost to Burnley 1-0, so you know we're going to get their best.
And I'm getting +0.5.
I love it. At home.
Makes me sick.
Do we have a guest coming up next week?
We'll get to that.
That could be
I got a
foreshadowing.
couple miscellaneous. I'm going to the ice. I love the ice. And we got the Yotes, the Arizona Coyotes.
Wow.
-140 right now. They're playing the Ducks tomorrow. Ducks they were preseason one of the worst teams ranked. Actually off to a good start. The NHL schedule, it's a lot of back-to-backs as we know. So I always like to, my best edge on this one. They lost 1-0 last time they played. I always love a team that's getting shut out the next night because usually they're going to come out and score some goals. So Arizona Coyotes -140 against the Ducks. And then I'm going back to the hoops, NCAA. I got the Belmont Bruins -6.5 on the road. Yeah, against Austin P. Not too much about that. I did watch Belmont play. I watched Belmont play. Belmont, and this historically just chucks up a bunch of threes. Have a lot of white guys that can knock down triples.
I like that.
So 6.5. I'm not too worried about that number.
Don't have much on this, but they got a bunch of white guys that shoot.
Yeah,
Give me the
that's fair.
Belmont Bruins.
That's enough for me, I'm telling.
Belmont's always been good.
And those are cash crops.
All right. Let's get back to golf. Jordan Spieth, +125 over Cameron Tringale. +125 over Cameron Tringale.
You couldn't. I don't know why Spieth is starting a season here. This is going to be a worse course for him.
He hasn't been that bad here before.
Okay.
Didn't miss the cut last year. Cameron
Wow, what an
Tringale.
accomplishment.
Cameron Tringale.
Tringale's our guy.
All right, this is the most disrespectful line I think I've ever seen in my life. Cameron Tringale is a journeyman, just for people out there that don't know. He hasn't finished better than T49 here in the last 5 years. The guy fucking sucks. +125. Are you shitting me?
What is that? Vegas. Obviously
This is the year of the Spieth. This is the comeback
I
year.
hope so.
I've heard this.
+125, just disrespectful. I'm following Jared. Molinari over Richie Werenski, -0.5.
Oh, that's your boy too.
-0.5 a stroke. We already talked about it. Molinari is finding his form, as I predicted. 8th place finish last week. 15th place finish 2 months ago at the Houston Open. And Werenski sucks. He's a career journeyman, barely holding his card. He barely has his card. That line at -0.5 at -105.
Great.
Give me that all day. And then I'll take Rory -0.5 as well over Brooks Koepka. I already talked about it. Rory, T3 and T5 finishes the last 2 years playing here for the first time in his career. The first time in his career, back-to-back top 5 finishes. He fucking loves this course. The game sets up perfect for him. He seems like he's rounding into shape for a huge 2021 season. After a nice last week in Europe, he finished, I think, top 5 as well there. And Koepka, he's the king of the unknown early in the season. He just fired his swing coach. Something's not right at the moment. He doesn't know where he's at. He's only played here once and he missed the cut. Give me Rory over him all day fucking every day. Yeah, I'm fired up. It's my birthday.
I can tell. Are you done, or is that it?
That was it.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm
You got any
coming
more?
down.
No, I ran
All
right
right.
through my 6.
Well, you guys are locked and loaded. Before we get to the Ask the Farm, do we have an opportunity for a BTF bet of the week?
Looks like a couple of us like Mullen. I mean, this is going to be tougher for us now. Like NFL, it's a lot easier to jump on the same page.
You guys don't like the Suns tomorrow night?
I mean, I follow your mantra, which is Suns at home.
Who'd you take
plus
Rory over?
points. Took Rory over Xander.
The only thing about
Xander
Rory is he
scares
played
me.
in Abu Dhabi last week.
He doesn't give a shit
You guys
about
want
that.
to
It's Rory
trust me on the
McIlroy.
women's hard floor?
There was one.
I mean, if anything dealing with Todd Singer, I'll tail it.
Matsuyama, day over Connors.
I
That could be
respect that.
tasty. Like, who the fuck wants to take
Coyotes,
Connors?
Arizona Coyotes over the Ducks.
Such a good ball striker.
Yeah, he's the worst short game guy you'll ever meet. That's literally what's holding him back.
I think everyone should follow Jordan Spieth. It's it makes no sense.
Or Tringali?
I'm in on that.
Over Tringali plus money. I mean, it's disrespectful.
They obviously know.
No,
Like,
Cameron Tringali.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing you're not taking into account is what's between Jordan Spieth's
Take
ears.
it-
The guy's the biggest head case right now on the PGA Tour.
looks like we're going to go 2 weeks without a Bet the Farm, which is okay.
Yeah.
Fuck
Tough for
that.
us.
Someone fucking, I'll tell something, anything.
Wow, someone wants to force one.
You know
over
what I
5-0
like?
and 1.
I'm already all over
Well,
it.
me and Brandon-
Belmont over Austin Pete. I'm in.
I'm in on that.
Whoa, we're going to tail the sheep.
I love Belmont.
This is the scariest thing I've ever heard. Our perfect record going with the sheep.
Belmont is good.
Yep.
I don't know.
Always
We
has
both, me and
been.
you liked Molinari, and we got him like.
I like Molinari
I
versus
like
who?
Molinari too.
Well, he took a different one than I did. He took it over Richie Orwensky. I took it over Corey the Cameron Davis.
Oh, fuck. Give me that.
Yeah, I'll take that one. The Canadian, Connors?
Jared didn't even know his first name.
Cameron Davis. He's
Oh.
because he pops in models. He's a good ball striker. Shut up. It's Molinari's time to shine. He's
Let's do it,
Frankenstein.
baby.
He's back.
Molinari.
Molinari?
Miles.
Molinari.
Eduardo
Would you
Molinari
rather
over Corey Davis?
Kill the Farmers and the Farmers Insurers Open, or
Yeah.
the Belmont Stakes, who hasn't had a winning week in 5 weeks?
Let's go, baby. So we got Eduardo Molinari over
It's
Cameron.
Francesco. That's
Yeah,
his
Oh,
it's
whatever.
a Francesco Molinari over Cameron Davis, Corey the Hitman Davis, what we call a
Bet
bet
the
the
farm.
farm. And this is the first time we're taking one that's plus
Fucking back.
145.
Ooh, now we're getting
So
value.
we're getting some plus money on this one.
All right, Dino, pull up the Instagram polls. We got some birthday questions.
All right, we got 3 hashtag Ask the Farm questions this week. Number 1. I told you we talk about the Florida Panthers later.
Oh, fuck.
B Zuck
Ooh.
Ooh.
asks,
What's up, Bezo?
Next.
Florida Panthers plus 2,000 to win the Cup? Question mark.
Wade Carter for Yankees.
3-0 starts of the
He's
year
wet.
for the first
He's
time
wet.
in franchise history.
He's
Plus 2,000. Just for
mean,
everyone
those are
out there,
the-
that's 10 to win 200. 20 to win 400.
Well, it depends on what he's looking at here, unit size. But for me to start off, just to be Debbie Downer, I am out. All right, I love you, Zuck. I love you, Panthers. I'm going to be rooting for you. But fade, fade, fade. They have a journeyman fourth liner from Tampa who's looked great, but on the first line right now with Barkov and just Duclair, who's pretty good. And honestly, it's nice to just get like a little color on this team, right? We've always been like Finnish guys, like just everyone from all over the country. That's our first line. Kind of scary that's your first line. Like if Barkov or Huberdeau go down, this could be a bottom 5 team in the NHL. Sorry to just rain on everyone's
Yeah,
parade,
and
but
I
I'm
think-
gonna have to say to you no.
And I think they'll get a better number down the season when they start losing some
Correct.
games.
Now, what I'd say is live points betting, maybe right now, 69.5, nice. Take the under. Because look, we run into that Tampa Bay train, we're getting our asses like 10-2 back-to-back nights. It's going to be ugly.
We'll have to
And
play.
that 20 to 1 is going to balloon.
We'll have to go up north and play like the Rangers, Sabres, Penguins, Bruins.
All right.
All right.
Sabres are
Bloodbath.
This is a good one. Is the sheep going to admit that the GOAT is the supreme being? From at Robert Clement, so Big Dog. And he also wanted me to tell you,
I forgot he's a fucking Bucks fan.
goats always get the best of the sheep.
Sure, I can't argue that, Rob.
That's pretty funny.
Tom Brady is the GOAT. He's the best quarterback we've ever seen. I'm happy that we even lived during his dynasty of a career. Yeah, that's the difference. He finds a way to get it done. My guy does not. And
He admitted it. So
yeah, I admit it. I fucking forgot you were a Bucks
He's
fan.
also admitting he's moving on to Spurs. That's a team that's going to win it all this year, all right?
All right, last question of the week. This could be an interesting one from Johnny Hat. Johnny Hattenback. This is Rachel
Let's
Beckerman's
go.
brother.
Oh, hey,
Welcome to
Johnny.
the show, Johnny Hat.
We don't know the odds yet, but just give an idea. Who's going to be the first touchdown scorer of the Super Bowl?
Oh, this is the easiest.
The
bet.
honey badger on a pick 6.
That didn't,
I
didn't work
lost.
last
Sorry
week.
for that bonus pick last week, everyone. Did he have a pick, though? I don't know. It was hammered
It's
by the
obviously going to be Travis Kelce.
That's what I was leaning with
100%.
Kelsey.
No.
Travis Kelce, 5-yard slant, touchdown
Gronk?
from the left side.
Give me Leonard Fournette.
Easiest bet I've ever heard. Cameron Brate. Probably 15, 16 to 1.
Touchdown
You know, he
machine.
loves his second tight end. They're going to do a little naked bootleg, little throwback to the other side. Cameron Brate scores a
Cameron Bate?
Cameron Brate scores a first touchdown of the Super
Can
Bowl.
I make that a cash crop?
Cameron Brate?
No.
That's in 2 weeks,
No.
buddy.
I know.
We'll talk about it next
yeah,
week
yeah.
when we get odds, but that's going to be interesting. Yeah, I mean, Kelsey's not going to have good odds, but
Also, if you
he's
want
a
to lock,
machine.
coin flip heads all day long. All right? All in.
I saw some crazy bets over under 1.5 COVID players that are going to be out. I
On
saw.
our book?
No, it was just something like Bovada.
Honestly, if you want a bonus bet, though, Johnny Hat, it's going to be a Kansas City first touchdown. Not first touchdown of the game. Kansas City first touchdown because Brait is scoring the first touchdown of the game. Come back with Darrell Williams.
Wow.
He's going to run it in from the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I saw some crazy stats about
Both
the
lines.
leading rusher in the last 6 years.
Running backs
They're
don't
so
rep. I saw
bad,
the
the
same
leading
thing you saw,
rushers
yeah.
of the
Pete
playoffs. Not
I
just
think
not just the Super Bowl.
I think the best running back in that whole 7-year career was
Jay Ajayi.
What? No,
Jay
I had a
Ajayi.
3-year career.
James Starks.
No, but only in that playoffs. Who's the leading rusher of the year in that playoffs?
I know, I'm
Jay
saying-
Ajayi balled in that Philly year.
I'm saying from those 7 running backs, though, in those 7 years, I think the best running back, like
In
of that
totality.
group was LeGarrette Blount, which is saying
He was a beast.
hashtag running backs don't matter.
Yep. And that'll do it for hashtag Ask the Farm. Thank you all for your questions.
All right, boys. Great episode. We got some work to do. I know we have 2 back-to-back weeks of sub 500 ball. So I'm looking forward to getting back on the winning streak.
Got an exciting weekend ahead of us.
We do have an exciting
Celebrating
weekend. We're
Brandon's
celebrating
birthday.
Brandon's birthday at the Hard Rock, the Guitar Hotel. You can find us playing blackjack, obviously in the high rollers room because we're fucking ballers.
Quick sneak peek. The Australian Open in tennis starts in a week from the following next Tuesday. So next week we'll be able to talk about it and have odds.
A week from the following next Tuesday? That's like
So a week from
10
today is
days.
Wednesday, and then after that, that following Tuesday, we're gonna have a guest appearance from the Worm. We do have a worm on our farm.
Worm.
They're in the dirt. They're in the soil. We have worms. Also, we have another great card in the UFC on February 6th. Overeem versus Volkov. Me and the Burn Dog will break that one down. It's not a terrible card. Just keep a sneak peek out for the dog and the worm.
And the last but not least for me, but when you see us at Hard Rock, you come visit us, you ask for autographs, I'll say no, because fuck you, unless you maybe let me sign your tit. But if what happens to be every single time I play blackjack, if that dealer just breaks your back, don't forget, call Todd J. Singer, because he'll always heal you within a few days. All right, that's a guarantee. All right, so call Todd. I'll hook you up.
And then when you hit on that Maryland bet, thank him because he's an alumni and he was a cheerleader. And because of him, women's basketball, baby. Let's go.
And as always, one of my favorite Flaney reviews was last week. Matt Lawson, you're doing a tremendous job. Keep it up. We're going to have another Flaney's food review for you as well. Guys, have a safe rest of the week, and I look forward to meeting at the blackjack table where I'm going to be doubling down.
Cheers.